Good evening, everyone. I hope you all have had a wonderful day. For me, to start of my morning was not so great, but after the start of my morning, it got better, and then it continued to get better and better and better the whole day because I was determined to make my day like the bomb.com. So I woke up this morning with the enemy wanting to attack me. It tried to attack me, but God had something else in store for me. And my phone would not work. Like, I was able to power my phone on, but after I powered my phone on, I really could not log into my phone. And then finally, when I was able to log into my phone, I could not scroll through my contacts to get in touch with anyone. And finally, by the grace of God, because God was in the midst of the situation, it allowed me to call my mama so I could let my mama know what was going on. Then my mama in turn called my grandma and let her know what was going on. Because the last thing I want is my family to have to worry about me, especially with me being so far away. So, finally, after about like a good hour or two, I got a new phone. But what I don't have is contacts. So, I didn't get to hit up everybody's inbox that I know. But however, you watch this videos, or if you know that you're going to be watching my videos, or if you know that I had your number and you want me to have your number, please inbox me your number, because I don't have all the numbers that I had. Like, they're gone. I cannot go through my... And y'all know I love pictures. I can't even get to my pictures. And I had like 4,000 something pictures in my phone. Yes, I'm a picture taker fool. And I can't even get to those, and my heart is like so broken. But it's okay though. It's okay. Verizon got a backup. So I'm going to have to go through my Verizon cloud and get my pictures and like download it on a drive or something. So today, I want to talk about this topic that a lot of people try to avoid. People don't want to do this, and a lot of times why they don't want to do this because they want to hold on to the bitterness, or maybe they don't realize they actually hold on to bitterness. And I highly encourage each and every one of us to forgive to live. Yes, forgive to live. Yes, you want to forgive to live, because when you don't forgive, as much hurt and pain that person has actually caused you, you're causing yourself even more grief because you have not learned how to let that situation go. That grief turns into bitterness. It turns into hatred. It turns into negative energy. And it turns into a stumbling block upon your own life. And I must admit, been there, done that. Yes, it was a huge stumbling block of my life. It took me a long time to figure out who the hell I am. And finally, I'm now operating in it. But however, because I held on to the pain and the hurt and the strife and the grief of my past. And to be honest with you, I eventually had to let that crap go. It had to go. It had to get the heck on through because it no longer needed to stay with me, because God got something else better for me, just like how He has something else better for you. And I'll never forget, I was sitting in this woman's house. I won't call her name, but I was in her house. And one day we was talking about a situation. She said, Adrian, you know you got to forgive him. I said, what? Forgive who? You're going to have to forgive him. I don't want to forgive him. Like, I'm telling her, I don't want to forgive him. Why would I want to forgive him when he did this to me? Blah, blah, blah. He hurt me. I ain't hurt him. I was too young to even think about hurting this man. But yet he still hurt me. She said, Angel, look, I don't care how much hurt he done to you. I don't care what he did to you. I don't care how much pain he has caused you. But if you want to get over that hurt and that pain and that demonized spirit that is still left within you, you're going to have to forgive that man. I scratched my head on it because I literally like almost walked out this woman's house and knew I wasn't going to talk to her again. But after I sat there and I really gave her a chance and an opportunity to really explain why, it made perfect sense. It really made perfect sense. So after I left her house, I found out something had happened. And I said, you know what? I'm going to have to text this person and let this person know, through it all, I never stopped loving you. Even though you did X, Y, Z. Even though you put X, Y, Z into certain situations. Even though I felt like you have torn and ripped my life apart. I can no longer carry that burden. And I need to let you know that I forgive you. I don't necessarily forgive you for you. I forgive you for me. I forgive you because I love myself so much, wholeheartedly. I don't never, ever, ever, ever want to block my blessings because I held on to the things that I endured with you. And I apologize for any type of grief that I may have caused you since the day you hurt me. And I just want to let you know, through it all, I will always love you. And I'm so proud to say that I now forgive you. Whew, even talking about it now feels good, because I knew at that moment I had lifted this huge spirit that was left in me. I finally let it out of me, and I let it go. It was gone. It was gone. It felt like the weight of my shoulders finally just like poured off of me. I wasn't sad about it no more. I didn't cry another tear about it no more. I didn't feel convicted and felt like it was me no more. And I didn't feel convicted to know that it was him no more. Because I had finally let something that has been hurting me for so long go. After I let that situation go, y'all, I promise you, that's when I started working on my business. That's when I started working on my family. That's when I started working better on my job. That's when I started working better with relationships. That's when I started working better with people. That's when I started working better with just dealing with myself. I learned how to love myself all over again because I decided to let something go that played a major role in the hurt and the pain that I had carried for so long. For years and years and years and years and years. And I could honestly say right now, today, talking to you all, I am now living. I am now living in my purpose. I am now walking into my destiny. Because I learned how to let something go that did me no good. It did me no good. All it did was bring on more hurt, more pain, more drama, more excuses, more lack of accountability. Like I let that become my handicap. I let that become my grudge. I let that situation become something so big inside of me that I never even knew I even had inside of me. And once I forgave that situation, forgave that person, God started lifting things off of me. He started moving things off of me. And then guess what? When you start forgiving somebody else for yourself and not for them, God still deals with them. He's still working them. He still made that person recognize their own demons. And I won't tell you the end story to that story. But all I know is that that demon is no longer existing to this day. And then once I forgave, information started coming to me about the situation as to why, as to what happened, as to, I mean, like literally years later, I'm like, wow, really? Okay, that makes sense. Now I understand why that person did what they did. Because they was already going through it themselves. They was only acting outside of themselves because that's what happened, because that was what was accustomed to them at that time when they was of age, whenever they decided to do whatever they did. And guess what, y'all? I have been like at my most freest moments since I forgave that person. Not only that, just that person. I'm talking about any other situation. I don't care what you go through. I don't care what you're dealing with. I don't care if somebody did something to you a month ago, 3 months ago. Because trust me, things actually happened to me after that. But each and every single time, I have to learn how to forgive. Because once I learn how to forgive, guess what? That person may decide to come around. That person may decide to explain what took place. That person may have a burden on their heart to where now that all they want to do is just be so free and giving to you. You never ever know. You never know. Not only that, that person may be dealing with their own oppression of their own situation to where they have to now learn how to forgive. And they learn how to forgive from you because you decided to forgive them first. You just never ever know. And all I can say and encourage anyone, if you want to go further in your life, and if you want to prosper, and if you want to overcome, and if you want to achieve greatness, then learn how to forgive to live. Forgive anybody that has caused any type of hurt, pain, strife, bitterness, gouging of your spirit. Like, forgive all of that stuff, because guess what? You don't need that. I need you to learn how to float just as light as air. Because you need to understand and know your worth, your self-value. You need to know how to understand how to take that energy of hatred and turn it into pure love for yourself and also for others. You want to use that energy to live, build, and also uplift other people in any other positive realm that you could ever speak of. You want to speak life into people the same way how you speak life into yourself. You don't want to have that dead spirit lingering along, because that's all it was. It was only a dead spirit, and it became dead weight. Next thing you know, my baggage became the baggage of others, because I did not learn how to forgive. And people didn't know how to take me. They didn't know how to handle me. They didn't know how to handle me, because I had so much hatred and hurt in my heart, to the point where I was just acting belligerent. I was just acting out. I was acting out. I was doing things that I never thought that I would want to do in my life, because I was acting out. And I was only acting out because of the pain that I carried. Not because I was wanting to do what I did, because I'm just living my best life. Because if I was living my best life, I would be so much further than I am right now. So I just want to encourage each and every one of you to highly forgive to live. Forgive to live for you. It don't necessarily have to be for the other person, but it needs to be for you, so that way you can continue to do what you need to do to better your life. Not only that, you don't necessarily have to tell that person you forgive them. You could silently forgive that person. And just know, whenever you see that person, either run into that person, you could just say, hey, how you doing? And keep on going. They're like, huh? You spoke to me? You said something to me? And guess what? I bet you they're going to go back and think about that moment that they hurt you. Or they're going to go back and think about that moment, and then they have to deal with that. Let them deal with their own spirits. Let them deal with their own demons. Don't you carry that burden on you. Don't carry it, because it is not your fight. It is not your battle. Now I understand when Yolanda Adams say the battle is not yours, it's the Lord. That is so true. Don't let that cringing spirit on the inside become your battle. Give it up and let it go, and just let it excel so far out to the point where it can't touch you no more. Because it don't belong there. It don't belong there. So today is the day. If you haven't forgave somebody, I need you to learn how to forgive today, and I need you to actually forgive that person today. You may not write them that letter. You might not send them a text. You might not even give them that phone call. But however, I can truly advise you that once you forgive, you will start a new beginning to your best life. I hope you all enjoy this message and have a wonderful day.